under suffer and sacrifice to correct the false impression. Well, how exactly would I do that? Here's the first thing. Do something. He's like, I wanted to get there. We don't know why he couldn't get there. Does anybody know why he couldn't get there? Do you know why he couldn't get there? I don't know why he couldn't get there. It's not in the Bible anywhere. I don't know why he couldn't get there. But I believe him that he wanted to, and he tried again and again, but he couldn't get there. And it's a little bit of an issue in the text, but I don't think Timothy ever really got to Athens where Paul was. But somehow he got word, don't come here, even though I really need you here. I'm willing to be, do you see it in the text? Left alone. Scholars believe that the we there is an editorial we. Paul doesn't want to seem to be boasting, so he says when we could bear it no longer, but he really means when I could bear it no longer. I was left alone so Timothy could come to you. I was willing to do without so that you could have what you need. Make a note of this. When you can't do all you long to do all you can to express your love. Right? I can't do everything. And let me just ask you, look up here. So what do? We can't do everything that we want to do, and we so don't want to disappoint people, but it's crazy because when we can't do what we want to do, what do? We tend to do, tell me, we tend to do, say it. Come on, when we can't do all we long to do, somehow, sadly, we tend to do, say it, nothing. And that's so wrong. No wonder we have the heartache and the separation. Look, if you can't do all you long to do all you can do to express your love. Do something. Do something. I'll give a couple of practical examples here. You got to call home and tell your family, I'm going to be working late tonight. They're like, again? He's like, I so don't want to make this call. So what do? We don't make the call. Does that make it better or worse? Better or worse? Makes it worse. Makes the impression even worse. Not only they working late, but they don't even want to call and say something. No, call. And say, look, I'm sorry. I have to work late. Do something, but then this will help. Do something that costs you. Okay, do something that costs you. So, man, the savings have been eaten up and the investments didn't pan out, and we got to sit down and tell our son or daughter that we're not going to be able to help them with college as much as we wanted to. So, do something. Sit down and tell them this is the way where we're at. But then do something that costs you. Just be like, we're not going to be able to help with college as much as we thought we were going to be able to help with college, but what we are going to do is I'm going to sell my boat, and either your mom or I is going to get a part-time job, and we're going to do what we can do. Do you see? Do you see how that makes everything so clear now? We can't do what we want to do, but we're going to do what we can, and we're going to do it even if it costs us. I'm going to have to work a little late tonight, but I booked off half a day on Friday, and we're going to spend the whole time together, okay? I want that too. Do you see the difference between the two? And we can just help so much if we take Paul's example to heart. Not just verbally visualizing the value of people, but sacrificing to correct the false impression. Do something that costs you. He was willing to be left behind at Athens alone and send Timothy, our brother, God's co-worker in the gospel of Christ, to establish and exhort you in your faith, so that no one be moved by these afflictions.